Moloko, 2014 election results putting the ANC in the province at just over 53%. Some projections telling us 57% this time around. What can you tell us?
That is very correct, Michelle. In fact, in 2014, the ANC came down from around 62% they got in 2009, as you correctly said, to 53% in 2014. And we saw the Democratic Alliance growing phenomenally during that period from around 21% to 30%. However, this time around, with just around 32% of the votes being tallied in Gauteng alone, we are seeing the ANC, of course, still in a commanding position at around, they have about 587,227 votes, which is about 50% of that 32%. And now the DA is also at position number 2 with 321,000 votes, and followed by the EFF at over 163,000. Now, another party to look out for is the Freedom Front Plus. They currently have one seat in the provincial legislature, and they are now sitting at position number 4 at with around 43,326 votes. And let me just bring into this conversation Amanda Dilange. She is a leader of the FF Plus. Ma'am, your support seems to be growing. How did you get it right?
We had a very focused election campaign. We addressed the issues at ground level that the voters and the people in South Africa wants to see to change.
There are people who believe that because you are a white party in the main, you draw your support among the white South Africans. You possibly are beginning to eat into the Democratic Alliance. Is that true?
That is true, but we also have a lot of support from the other minority parties and minority groups that joined in with the Freedom Front Plus, because we address the issues for minorities in South Africa.
Currently you have only one seat in the provincial legislature. How many seats would you be satisfied with?
Well, you know, we don't want to speculate, but if we can start and wish for 4, it would be wonderful. More, even better.
Tell us about your electoral support. I see here on the results map, you seem to be enjoying support in Lesedi as well as in Merafong City. There isn't much that I'm seeing from the metros, Johannesburg and Tshwane in particular. What are you hearing? Are the results still coming, or you don't seem to have support there?
No, the results not in yet. We actually had a look at it just now, but it seems that the results are just coming in slowly for some of the areas.
All right, just finally, there are people who believe that Gauteng, possibly there would be no party that would get over 50%. If the ANC were to need your votes, would you go into a coalition with them?
I cannot speculate on that. That would be for our leaders to decide if anything like that happens.
Thank you very much, Amanda Dilange. Well, Michelle, the reality of the matter is that the crunch time continues. As I said, it's not even half of the votes that have been tallied, and there are parties, of course, that are hoping that they will increase. But there are some parties, for instance, that are right at the bottom. Remember, Gauteng, there are about 36 political parties that are contesting. Some parties have around 30 to 40 votes out of the 6 million registered voters here in Gauteng, and that certainly is telling.
All right, well, thanks very much for that. 32% of the votes counted, we are told, there from the IEC's headquarters in Gauteng.